Welcome back to the New Life Recap, your weekly roundup of comings and goings on the New Life server. This week, modded Minecraft makes modern machines, dynamic duos dissolve and redevelop, and cities and catacombs cut down casual cavers. Got it? Then let's go! As the drills lift and the bars lower, Sparrow emerges from the conversion machine, feeling like himself again. The chip in his brain is gone, and he even looks like he did before. Is he back to being a human?
It's been a while since I've had to do this properly. Hello, I'm Sparrow, I think, and I've been trying to talk to you for the past month.
With his copper plating has gone his understanding of the machinery he'd built, and most of the golems as well. They flicker in and out of sight somehow, as does a zombie out in the overgrowth, only appearing when it moves or groans. And although he can't eat copper anymore, neither can Sparrow eat kelp, but a dose of experience orbs has him feeling full again. What could the machine have used to make him like this? Sparrow has a theory. He takes the trolley back down into the mines, rambling to his camera about being free from the AI controlling him, and emerges into the ancient city he'd found before, and it feels like home. Even if the warden still doesn't like being disturbed, Sparrow thinks he can make it work with the neighbors. While clearing the city of its loot and setting up storage, Sparrow finds himself burrowing through the skulk-covered ground and flying through the air. His theory is correct. He's made of skulk now, a living sensor of vibrations. He can't keep this to himself, obviously, so Sparrow heads to the surface to find his old friend Scott and show off his new powers, and discovers another while he's there.
You can't run forever.
I can.
Scott!
Where? On?
Scott. Okay, I have bad news and good news.
Okay.
The bad news, well, it's all just news. I think I'm in your head.
After testing this new ability and helping Scott poke his head into a Roman spider catacomb, Sparrow takes a ride in his head to visit Scar's airport, a fellow pilot, and flips Experience Grinder, which is basically a buffet for the Skulk Man. He's feeling pretty powerful right about now. Jimmy's feeling good, feeling fine, feeling like a fun guy. After his slip and fall last week, he's been turned into a truffle, a mushroom man with 3 different modes, attack, armor, and agility, all of which power up further on mycelium, which he can spread at will, though the dreamland stays lush and green for now. He's also planning to throw eggs and fireworks around all willy-nilly, because that's fun. First stop is the museum, though, to hang up some fan art from his past lives before he has to make the 3rd floor for room. Jimmy also does some terraforming outside, letting the hill roll down and hedge bordering a freshly cut lawn for the museum. Not even he knows what he'll put there yet. But with a changing of the lives like this, there's a few people who need to be specially informed. First, Jimmy meets up with Martin to share sad news. Since he's no longer a penguin, Jimmy must leave, or be ousted from, the Snow Patrol. It's a bittersweet goodbye, with the two of them trading jokes and japes until the fond farewell turns frosty. Sounds like Martin's gonna give him the cold shoulder for a while.
Do you know what? Cold never bothered me anyway. It never bothered me anyway!
Right, you're so...
It did bother me because I'm drowning. I'm... Help!
Thankfully, Jimmy's not gonna be alone for long. There's another mushroom on the server already. Over at Scott's place, the two compare abilities, and it turns out being a truffle is exactly like being a fungal mage except worse. At least his bad puns are better. Or wait, does that also make them worse?
Than you. What would a mushroom car say?
I don't know. What would a mushroom car say?
Shroom.
It's not just the fungal friends who've got a sense of humor about the whole thing either. Martin sends his no longer Snow Patrol buddy with a little pun of his own.
If I spot you in there, you're done for. You go join your stupid little mushroom friend, because there's not mushroom for you around here, alright? Yeah, that's right.
Do you know what? I'll leave. That was good. I'm going to leave you on that.
Yeah.
Since Jimmy's warmed up, the cold crew's back to just Martin and the Collins again. But that's fine. Leaves more time to gather materials and fill up the blueprint for the expansion of the Empire. A compact factory provides all the create power he needs, with a whole crew of Collins overseeing it, still in need of names. The cannon works its magic almost a little too well, lagging out the area and locking Martin into crashes until it was finished, but the result is a wonderful snowy outpost atop a hill, proudly flying the Collin colors high. Closer to home, Martin breaks out the tunneling machine again, connecting the factory walkways to the original cavern he's sheltered in, and making a wall to hold all the fan art that's been featured on the fridge so far. Always room for expansion. Speaking of, he's got one more thing to expand, Jimmy's toy collection, and Martin's got just the gift for this new life. He builds him a funny meal from My Donald's, the perfect non-copyrighted box. A toy and a meal that'll make anyone happy. What would make Gemini Tay happy is having a house, and she can handle that herself. She also wants to push herself, So using the easy concrete conversion that modded Minecraft provides, Gem tackles a build style outside her comfort zone, a modern mansion. It helps that it's a bunch of squares, a slime's favorite shape, all intersecting with one another over the factory, and the bright colors feel like home, especially when she adds a slime face window to the top. On the inside, a slimy floor covers a view into the factory below, as the rest of the house continues the modern theming, to the best of Gem's ability.
This is going to be the cutest modern kitchen I've ever built. Possibly also the only modern kitchen I've ever built. But you know what? That doesn't matter.
With all the colorful friends she has, Gem sets up a table by the fireplace and gives them seats around it. Behold, the Council of Slime! She also fills in the space next to the kitchen with a fish tank, perfect for holding a tropical fish and the end jellyfish that Scott gave her.
Oh my goodness, I love them both so much. I hope they coexist. They are from different dimensions. Yeah, you know what? They seem like friends. It's totally fine.
And to keep the white walls from feeling empty, Gem covers them in lovely fan art, though there's plenty of space left for more. It's always time for slime. Even Scott's Major runs into a slimy lookout when he pokes his head into the new clubhouse at Spawn. He's searching for the perfect place to set up an Origin Olympics course. It's a long-term project and location is as important as anything. Though with Spawn getting crowded, maybe it'll be better closer to home. While Scott's scouting that out, Sparrow drops by, looking a little taller and a little more particle-y than last time. They trade gifts and updates on New Origins. It's been a while since they've seen each other, and a lot seems to have happened.
I've changed. I'm no longer a copper golem.
Oh, why? What happened?
I don't know. Well, the whole copper golem thing, it's a long story. There was a computer chip I hit my head, and it was like, oh, you should do this, that, and the other, and I realized it was controlling my life, so I made a machine that would short-circuit it, and then I thought I'd die. But then it turns out that the sculpt that I had in my chest underneath the machine decided that I was, like, worthy of living, and it gave me, like, new flesh and bones, and now I'm here, and I can do this.
Since Scott can't kill things without enraging Gaia, he brings Sparrow down to the spider-filled catacombs he found, to help clear them out a bit. He's also kind enough to show him Fwip's experience grinder before taking his leave, though you tend to be polite to someone who can, well...
Away! Yes, look.
What are you doing to it?
I can just start, like, disconnecting its synapses in its brain.
The spider cavern wasn't as scary as he thought, so Scott pulls himself together and heads back down. There's got to be good loot in a Roman catacomb, and as long as he's careful, he'll be fine. Except when getting hit by mobs also reduces his heart total, and he can't get any mycelium down to heal.
Ah, there's a child! No! No! Stop! Stop. No, 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 no. No! Ah.
For those who missed the building of the Third Lives Clubhouse last week, don't worry, Pearl did too. Kind of. See, she did show up to the meeting, and brought a bunch of yellow blocks, and came up with the yellow submarine idea. And she also stole Sausage's lunchbox so he'd do another bunny poof for her. A bunny poof with consequences.
Every time I do this, I don't know what it does, but it just makes me feel good inside. You know, all my anxiety goes away.
Yes, glorious Australian internet means she misses the group building of the clubhouse, but Pearl still wants to contribute, so she comes in afterwards for cleanup duty. She starts with the area around the water, adding a beachy gradient and custom trees using leaf piles for a bushy look that you can go right through, which gives her an idea.
Out of them. Therein lies the question about whether or not we can actually MLG with these leaf blocks. Maybe? Oh, I would say that works brilliantly. Alrighty.
Better than a hay bale if you're in the nether. Pearl also fulfills Gem's request of fixing the periscope, turning it from a wonky curve into a sleek metallic bend, and gives the submarine clubhouse, subhouse, a steering wheel, along with a touch of mod-assisted texturing. Now that's a seaworthy vessel. Back at her own base, Pearl wants to make the mud machine truly self-sufficient, so she digs into all the create knowledge she's gained thus far to build an extension that will create an infinite supply of dirt for her, wrapped in another windmill-friendly warehouse. It's a bit of a complicated process, but through grinding cobble into gravel and adding a small inventory of dirt to begin with, the machines craft coarse dirt, till it back into regular dirt, and cycles half of it to the mud processor, while the other half heads back to the crafting cycle. The only outside input needed is new hoes, and Pearl's plenty practiced at making those. Sausage could use her hoeing expertise. He's got a lot of tilling ahead of him. The cozy under-tree house gets expanded out to the back, making a comfy walkway in from the fields. What fields? Why, the 3 fields full of carrots he builds next, of course. A sweet little farm just for the hare that leaves his own hoe on its last legs, which Sausage quickly fixes with a trip to Whip's grinder. He needs that hoe in good condition to gather leaves for his next build, a pair of giant custom trees arcing over the farms and adding some shade and color to the landscape. He even turns the base of one of the trees into its own living space for a fuzzy friend, the most luxurious llama house we've ever seen. There's just enough time to hang up a few new fan arts before Pearl pops by for a visit. Thankfully, his chairs can accommodate both copper golems and rabbits. He gives her a parkour tour of the space as they argue over whether fur or copper is warmer, and it's a chance to show off the air balloon from his Phoenix days as well, even if neither of them can get in there right now. Pearl calls him a scaredy bunny, and it's true, Sausage is used to flight and fire powers. Let him be a little more fearful for once. He's not too fearful for a little pranking though, not when the target is Jimmy. A shrinking potion and some sneaking lets the fun guy think he's taller for once, for just a moment. It's always fun hanging with fun guy Jimmy, and when Sausage gets home, he's greeted by Sparrow saying hello from on high. Seems he's the one who can fly now. He's also living in an ancient city, which is one of the few places Sausage has left to loot, so they head down under Martin's dollop to find it there. Sparrow doesn't bother the Shriekers, but Sausage does, and when Sparrow's tone takes a turn, turns out a bunny hop isn't fast enough to outrun a warden.
Listen, I'm going. I'm just a little bunny. I'm nothing to worry about. There's nothing to fear. It's just me, Bunny Sausage. Oh God, please, how do I get out of here? Owen, I can't see nothing. Owen! Oh, no, Owen! I'll leave. Ah! Owen! I'm sorry.
And we're gone. That wraps up the week here on New Life Recap. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want more. Check out the contributors in the description below, and we'll see you all next week.